This week I'm in Japan to fly on an airline that, unless you happen to be either Japanese or perhaps living in Japan, you've probably never heard of before. But what's it like flying with them, and how did the taxi fare end up costing me more than the flight? Well, I found out this week as I took a flight to the Scotland of Japan, Hokkaido.
Welcome to Tokyo, Japan. How flipping cool is this? This is Haneda Airport, and I'm taking a flight today with a Japanese airline called AirDo. Ron. And they are going to take me on a flight across Japan.
My first stop today then was to head to check-in, where I found out that AirDo have some seriously cool check-in desks. Honestly, they look like something out of the Apple store.
Flight departure time 5:50
Yes.
to Sapporo.
Yes, thank you. Whew, made it. I flew to Narita, so I taxi from Narita, 45 minutes. It's good. No traffic.
But too expensive.
I haven't looked. I daren't look.
Scary.
Scary, too scary. Yes, exactly. 30,300. I don't know how much that is in US. So.
I did, of course, eventually figure out how much that taxi cost, and it cost me over $250 for a 45-minute ride across Tokyo.
Perfect.
So please go to 55.
55. Okay.
And security offer.
Yes.
And deadline before 20 minutes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Have a good
Good
evening.
day.
Thank you. All right, then all checked in. Got my boarding pass. It's a bit different to what I'm used to. It's not like a traditional boarding pass, just a slip of paper with a QR code on it. But anyway, we're here. 45 minutes it took me to get from Narita after my last flight. It was crazy. I know there's trains across here, but it would take an hour and a half on the train, and I literally had like 3 hours between flights. I spent an hour at immigration trying to get through at Narita, as you saw in my last video. But anyway, it doesn't matter. We're here now. We're at Haneda. We're heading up to Sapporo in Hokkaido with AirDo on a Boeing 767, hopefully, fingers crossed.
I headed to security and scanned my boarding pass, where it turned out they give you yet another piece of paper here as you head through.
Thank you.
Security here at Haneda is really civilised indeed. They even lend you a pair of Crocs to go through security for when you take your shoes off.
Thank you. Alright then, through security heading down to the gate. That was all very easy, super duper easy here. And can I just say as well, it just seems very civilised here in Japan. I've only been here for like a couple of hours, and it's just lovely. People are so kind and friendly and helpful, and it just all seems to work really well and smoothly, so that's nice.
I got to the gate, which came with some great views out over the tarmac, where it was clear to see who the biggest player was here in Tokyo. ANA are also a shareholder in AirDo, who not only operate the 767 but also the 737s too.
Right, so I've come down to the gate to wait for the plane to go. The plane's in, I can't quite see it, it's behind that jet bridge over there, but it is a 767 by the looks of it, 300, operated by AirDo, who are going to take me up to Sapporo tonight. They've basically got two major hubs. AirDo have two major hubs. They've got one here at Haneda and the other one in Sapporo, and we're heading basically between the two today on their 767. It's like an hourly shuttle service that they run up and down there. It's really, really cool. Like throughout the day there's flights going like every hour with AirDo alone, let alone with other airlines too. It's quite a busy route.
AirDo have a fairly unique boarding process where they board the window seats first and then the aisles. This is quite different to the usual back to front seating arrangement that most airlines use, and I thought it worked quite well.
Thank you. Thank you.
As I had a window seat, I was one of the first to board, so I headed down the jet bridge to the waiting AirDo Boeing 767. And I was quite impressed with AirDo's cabin. It's in a lovely 232 configuration, which for a dense domestic route like this was quite a nice surprise. This plane's nearly 20 years old too, yet it's been looked after remarkably.
Sorry. welcome on board the AirDo Boeing 767-300. This is really nice for a domestic sort of short-haul kind of semi-budget carrier. The AirDo, are they not really a budget airline? I don't know, I'm not entirely sure if they're classed as a budget, but they certainly aren't expensive anyway, and they run these shuttles daily. It's like an hour-and-a-half long flight on the 767 up to Sapporo. The legroom is just amazing. Just look at that legroom that we've got going on there. It's in a 242 configuration, again, which is brilliant for a short flight like this, just amazing. And it's in a really good nick as well, like proper been looked after, this plane, you can tell. I'm not entirely sure how old it is, but it's in very good condition, very clean, very, I wouldn't say, it's almost modernish inside, even though it's like quite an old plane. You know what, I'll give them their AirDo. 10 minutes pretty much, and everybody is on board. The boarding process that they've got here works really well. They basically board from the windows to the middles to the aisles, and that's just how it works. Everybody boards really quickly, really efficiently. 10 minutes to board a full 767. I think that's pretty decent.
And it wasn't too long until we pushed back, right on time. There's no personal TVs on this plane, but they do have overhead TVs for the safety demo. We headed to the runway, where I got the impression that plane spotting here must be amazing. There's great backgrounds wherever you look, amazing lighting, and a great variety of liveries too. Finally, it was our time to go, and we lined up on the runway and spooled up to head north for our flight to Sapporo. As we climbed out from the airport, we got some absolutely incredible views of downtown Tokyo. It was just amazing.
Alright then, we are airborne from Tokyo Haneda Airport. What an absolutely epic view that was of the entire city of Tokyo. I've never been to Japan in my life, this is my first time here. And I feel as if I've seen like the whole of Tokyo just out of my window in one shot there. That was just amazing. It's about an hour or something, an hour or so run up to Sapporo Airport now. So yeah, it's comfy. I said to you before, it's really comfy, this plane. I've got so much legroom here. And this, what is it, 232 configuration, just amazing really. And it's a full flight as well, but it's still really, really comfy. So yeah, much like completely, I don't know what I expected, to be honest, but it's like nothing like I ever expected for a domestic hop in Japan at least.
It's time for the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
Alright, seeing as though I am flying on AirDo, it only makes sense that I do a AirDo Lou review. See what I did there? An AirDo where you can do your doo-doos in the AirDo Lou, which is quite clean. I mean, like everything else in Japan, very clean, very like well looked after, very good condition, and quite a spacious lavatoire as well. This is at the front of the cabin, right next to the flight deck, so I'm not talking too loud so I don't disturb the pilots through there. But look at this, got the bathroom, we've got the toilet there, the sink's nice and clean here, look. Scented water, I think, is it? Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And you push soap there as well. And put that in there. Very nice, very nice. AirDo were very nice actually. I'm very, very impressed with AirDo run so far. And they're very good as an airline. Yeah, I'm going to finish. I'm going to do me business in the AirDo Lou and go back to my seat.
That was the Noel Phillips Lou Review.
I got back to my seat and was just in time for the drink service to begin.
Alright, I think there's a buy on board service for the food, which will explain why I could smell food, but also most of the passengers on board seemed to have bought like hot packets of noodles and things. People in front of me had bought their own noodles from like a restaurant or something in the airport. So I've just gone for the free drinks, but I mean, this is the coolest thing. Well, they don't have Coca-Cola, by the way. I didn't have Coke, Diet Coke, any sodas of any kind. They don't have it. I think it was either choice of barley tea or apple juice. So I don't know what barley tea is, so I've gone for apple juice. But look at the cup it comes in. AirDo. Smiley face. These cute little cups. Oh, that's nice. Anyway, so I shall drink my apple juice out of my smiley face cup.
AirDo were originally founded in 1996 as Hokkaido International Airlines. The do ron bit comes from the end of the word Hokkaido. Wait a minute, have I been pronouncing this wrong all along? If it's Hokkaido, wouldn't it be AirDo? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, they started flying between Tokyo and Hokkaido, became popular because they were cheap, and in 2012 rebranded themselves as AirDo or AirDo.
And then we have started our descent down into Sapporo. We've just left the main island of Honshu behind, and we're over the water, just popping over the water into Hokkaido now, where we'll be landing very, very soon at Sapporo's new Chitos International Airport. It's going to be fun. Looking forward to seeing what it's like down there. Anyway, look at that sunset out the window. Man, that is amazing. The land of the rising sun, they call Japan. Or the land of the setting sun, as it is right now, because it's setting. I guess in the middle of the day, it's just the land of the sun, but unless it's raining. In which case it's like the land of the clouds and rain. I don't know. But anyway. They say the sun rises every day in Japan. True. That's probably why they call it the land of the rising sun. Anyway, we are, look at that view, man. We are starting our descent down into Sapporo. We'll be on the ground very soon.
As we crossed the water to the island of Hokkaido, we were treated to an impossibly beautiful sunset. There's just something about that combination of incredible scenery, calm waters below, and the backdrop of the setting sun in the distance that just felt absolutely magical. My flight to Hokkaido cost me $130 or just shy of £100, which I didn't think was bad value at all. AirDo are a wonderful airline despite their rather questionable livery, and it's clear that they're a popular choice here in Japan. Have you flown with AirDo before? Let me know what you thought of them down in the comments.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Right, welcome to Sapporo, New Chitos Airport. CTS is the code. There we go. There's the AirDo. I think I'm a bit late for an AirDo, aren't I? But anyway, but that's the AirDo 767. They were all right, weren't they? Now let's go and get a taxi, I think, into town to my hotel. Let's go and see how this works.
I headed through the airport, and I don't know if it's because it was late and I was really tired, but for some reason I forgot the price of taxis here in Japan and headed straight for, that's right, the taxi rank.
Oh, blinking heck, it's cold up here. Flipping heck, I'm wearing shorts, man. In this subtropical heat, it was 35 degrees down in Tokyo, just like home. And now it's like freezing. Oh, hope there's a taxi somewhere I can go and jump in. It's got the eating on, take me to my hotel. Oh.
It's actually considered rude to open your own taxi door in Japan, so the drivers have got an automatic door opener. And once again, it was a really long taxi ride. The journey from New Chitose Airport to downtown Sapporo is over 30 miles and takes over an hour. This one was cheaper than the one in Tokyo though, and only ended up costing me about $120 US.
Thank you. Thank you, bye-bye.
May I carry your luggage?
Oh, thank you.
From counter?
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, bye-bye.
Do you have your passport?
Yes. Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Alright, welcome to Sapporo in Japan, in Hokkaido. Hokkaido Nu, which is relevant because Hokkaido is a bit like the Scotland of Japan because it's right up in the north and it's cold and there's mountains and stuff. This is the JR Tower Hotel right next to the train station. For some reason I've ended up booking a hotel right next to a train station. I can't think possibly why. Let's have a look at the view that we get out of our room. I know we must be high up because, what the heck? Oh my God, I've got a poltergeist in my room. What the flip? What? Okay, right, okay, that's a bit weird. But there is my view. Oh wow. Over downtown Sapporo, beautiful. You know you're going up a long way in an elevator when your ears pop in the elevator. It was really high up. Anyway, this is the bedroom. Let's open this room and we've got the bathroom and flipping heck. Toilet, controls for this toilet, what on earth? What? I'm almost too scared to sit on this toilet. Can I just say as well, by the way, I've been in Japan now, at the time of making this video, for 5 hours. I arrived in on Cathay Pacific this afternoon, hot-footed it across to Haneda and got on the AirDo flight up to Hokkaido. I am quickly falling in love with Japan already. It's actually possibly, based on the 5 hours I've been here so far, possibly one of my favourite countries I've ever visited. It's amazing. Tomorrow, I'm doing something super duper cool, which that video will be next week. So make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss it. And I'm off to try and get a little bit of rest because I've got another long day tomorrow. Just like every day's been on this trip, but another long day tomorrow doing something super, super cool. So stay tuned and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.